Here's something the wellness aisle really doesn't want you to notice. The collagen inside that beautiful little beauty gummy and the collagen inside a plain $4 tub of powder are very often the exact same ingredients. The difference isn't quality. The difference is the dose. And the dose in the cute, expensive one is usually a tiny fraction of what was ever actually studied. And it gets worse because right next to those on the shelf sits a collagen cream, promising to rebuild the collagen in your skin from the outside. Here's the quiet truth about that one. The collagen molecule is far too big to get through the surface of your skin. It physically cannot reach the layer it claims to rebuild. So that jar is, at best, a moisturizer wearing a lab coat. So today, I'm going to do something most videos on this topic refuse to do. I'm going to be honest in both directions. Because the easy take is collagen is a scam. And that's lazy, and it's not quite true. The real thing, the actual collagen peptides taken at the actual dose the studies used, has modest but genuine evidence behind it for skin. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. I actually went and read the studies for this, the real ones, including the part everyone skips, which is who paid for them. And the honest summary is this. The effect is real, it's modest, and a good chunk of the most glowing studies were funded by the very companies selling the powder. That's not a reason to throw it all out. It's a reason to stay calm and stop overpaying. What I'm going to show you is that most of the collagen being sold to you fails on one of three things. The dose is too small, the form can't possibly work, or you're paying a luxury price for a story your body politely ignores. By the end, you'll spot a waste of money in about 11 seconds, and you'll know the one kind I'd actually buy. Plus, the one situation where I'd tell you to skip the powder entirely and just change your breakfast. 3 quick rules first. Rule 1. Nobody paid for this video. No brand, no affiliate deal that quietly changes the verdict. Nobody sent me a tub of pink powder to win me over. If the cheap plain one is the best option, and spoiler, it usually is, I'll say so. Rule 2. Every judgment here comes down to the same 3 things: dose, form, and evidence. Not the packaging, not the influencer holding it, not the word marine printed in gold. Rule 3. By the end, you'll have an 11-second test you can run on any tub, any sachet, any gummy jar before you spend a cent. And one honest note up front, because better depends on what you actually want out of it. If your goal is skin, softer lines, and a bit more bounce, the evidence is modest and it's about a daily habit, not a miracle. If your goal is joints and stiffness, that's a genuinely different story. The research there often uses a different type of collagen in a much smaller, specific dose that works in a completely different way. More like quietly training your immune system than laying down a brick. So a skin powder and a joint product are not interchangeable, and a brand that smudges the two together is hoping you won't notice. And if your goal is just feeling like you're doing something healthy, I get it. But that feeling is exactly what gets sold back to you at a markup. Let me show you how the trick works. Your body makes its own collagen all the time. It builds it out of amino acids, the same building blocks you get from any protein you eat, with a little help from vitamin C, which it genuinely needs to do the job. That last part matters more than people realize. Without enough vitamin C, your body can't build collagen properly, no matter how much protein you eat. So a cheap vitamin C and enough protein quietly do a lot of the work an expensive tub takes the credit for. When you swallow a collagen supplement, your gut does what it does to all protein. It breaks most of it apart into those building blocks. So the romantic story, that you drink collagen and it travels up and politely installs itself in your face is not how digestion works. Nothing goes straight to your wrinkles. But here's where I have to be fair, because this is the part the scam callers get wrong too. It's not all destroyed and pointless. Research suggests that some specific little fragments of collagen survive digestion, get into your blood, and may act like a signal, a nudge that tells the cells in your skin to get busy making more of your own collagen. So the honest picture is in the middle. Collagen isn't a brick that gets laid directly into your face, and it isn't useless dust either. At the right dose, it may work as a gentle signal, a messenger, not a building material. Keep that word, signal, because it explains everything that follows. It explains why the dose matters, why a cream can't work, and why the cute, convenient little products are mostly theater. Because if it works as a signal, then the dose is everything. In the studies that actually showed something, people took a real amount, somewhere in the range of 2.5 to 10 grams or more of collagen peptides every single day for weeks or months. That's the engine. And that is exactly where the products betray you, because a real dose is bulky and it costs real money. So the prettier and more convenient a collagen product is, the less actual collagen it usually contains. The gummy, the sip, the latte, the cute scoop. Convenience is where the dose goes to die. Same signal molecule, fancier wrapper, smaller and smaller amount. And run the money, because this is the entire game. A plain tub works out to something like $1 a day for a full studied dose. To get that exact same dose out of gummies or pretty sachets, you'd be spending 3, 4, sometimes 5 times as much for the identical molecule, just because it arrived in a nicer shape. You are not paying for better collagen. You're paying for a smaller scoop in a prettier package. So let's count down the ways you're being robbed, from merely wasteful all the way to flat out cannot work. Number 7, the collagen coffee creamer and the collagen latte. This sounds like a dream, your morning coffee that also firms your skin. But look at the actual collagen in one scoop, and it's usually a fraction of a studied dose, because the rest of that scoop is creamer, flavor, and often sugar. You're getting a sprinkle of the real thing floating in a dessert. You'd need to drink 5 or 6 of these to reach what the studies used, and at that point, you're drinking your face cream's worth of sugar every morning. The collagen is the garnish, not the meal. Number 6, the gummies. These are the worst offenders for one boring physical reason. A gummy is small, and you simply cannot pack a real multi-gram dose of collagen into a couple of chewy candies. So these almost always contain a token amount, sometimes well under a single gram, wrapped in sugar and a story. You are paying premium money to eat candy that has been introduced to a rumor of collagen. If a product has to be delicious and tiny, the dose is the thing that got sacrificed. Number 5, the beauty water and the ready-to-drink shot. A pretty bottle, a wellness label, a promise of glow you can sip. Pour out everything that isn't collagen, the water, the sweeteners, the flavor, the preservatives. And what's left is usually a subclinical dose at a luxury price per serving. You're paying a few dollars a bottle every day for less collagen than a cheap scoop of powder would give you for pennies. The bottle is the product. The collagen is the excuse to sell it. And because it's a drink, you'll reach for another one tomorrow and the day after, which is exactly the point. Number 4, the 5 types of collagen blend. This one's clever because more sounds better. Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, Type 5, Type 10, all on the label like a trophy shelf. Here's the catch. The skin research mostly used 1 or 2 specific types at a real dose. Cramming 5 types into one scoop usually means a little sprinkle of each. And worse, these are often hidden inside a proprietary blend, which is a legal way of not telling you how much of anything is actually in there. A long list of types is not the same as an effective amount of the right one. It's a magic trick. Look impressive. reveal nothing. And the same move shows up as fairy dust, a pinch of biotin here, a whisper of hyaluronic acid there. A beauty blend on the label, each one in an amount far too small to do what its own research used. All of it there to make the ingredient list look busy and the price look earned. A long, glamorous label is very often just a lot of nothing, expensively arranged. Number 3, the premium marine and grass-fed sachet. Now we're getting into real robbery because this one might actually contain a decent dose. The problem is the price. You're paying 3, 4, 5 times the cost of a plain tub for words like marine, wild-caught, grass-fed, French. And while there are tiny differences in how these absorb, they are tiny. Nowhere near enough to justify paying triple. This is the foundation in the heavy glass bottle all over again. The collagen inside is doing the same job as the cheap stuff. You're paying for the adjective and the sachet it comes in. Number 2, vegan collagen. And this is a gotcha, so listen closely. Plants do not contain collagen. Collagen is an animal protein, full stop. So when something is sold as vegan collagen, there is, by definition, no collagen in it. What's actually in the jar is usually a blend of vitamin C and a few amino acids, sold as something that helps your body build its own, which is fine, and honestly not a bad idea, but it is not collagen. And charging a collagen price for a vitamin you could buy for a couple of dollars is selling you a word. If the label says vegan collagen, the one thing it cannot contain is the thing on the front. And number 1, the purest waste of all, because it cannot work the way it claims, no matter how much you spend. Topical collagen, the collagen creams, the collagen serums, the collagen masks. We touched this at the start, but it earns the top spot. Real collagen is a huge molecule, and the entire job of your skin's surface is to keep big things like that out. So when you smear collagen on top, it does not sink down and rebuild the deep structure of your skin. It sits on the surface, where, to be fair, it can act like a perfectly nice moisturizer, holding a little water. But you are paying an anti-aging price for a basic moisturizing effect, sold with a picture of the deep skin layer it will never actually reach. Of everything on this list, this is the one where the gap between the promise and the physics is the widest. So here's your 11-second test, and it cuts through every single one of those. Pick up any collagen product and find one number. The grams of actual collagen per serving, not the serving size, not a proprietary blend, not a percentage of some daily value. The real grams of collagen peptides. You want to see something in the neighborhood of the studied dose, roughly 2.5 to 10 grams or more. And ignore the rest of the glamorous label while you're at it. The biotin, the 10 types, the marine adjective, none of it counts if that one number, the grams of actual collagen, isn't there. If it proudly shows you a real number in that range, it's earned a look. If the number is under a gram, if it's hidden inside a blend so you can't tell, or if it's a cream that never lists a dose because the dose was never the point, you put it back. That's it. 11 seconds, one number, and almost every gummy, latte, and luxury sachet fails it on the spot. Try it tonight on whatever's in your cupboard and tell me in the comments what the actual grams turned out to be, because some of you are about to find out you've been taking almost nothing. And if you want the version of beauty advice that makes you check the number instead of trusting the label, subscribe, because that's the whole channel. Now, the few that are actually worth it, and one that might save you the money entirely. The first honest pick is the most boring product in the entire category, and that's exactly why it wins. A plain tub of unflavored hydrolyzed collagen peptides that gives you a real dose, around 10 grams in a scoop, that's third-party tested, and that costs you something like $1 a day or less. No flavor, no 5 types, no proprietary blend, no story. Just the actual signal molecule at the actual amount for a fraction of the price of the pretty versions. You stir it into your coffee yourself and you keep the difference. This is the value sweet spot. Full stop. Buy the big plain tub, walk straight past the pretty jars at the front of the store, and you'll often pay less for more actual collagen than the person beside you holding the influencer's favorite. The second honest pick, if you want the most evidence-backed option and you're willing to pay a little more, is to look for a specific studied collagen peptide on the label, the kind that was actually used in published skin trials at a stated dose, rather than a generic blend hiding behind marketing. You're paying for the fact that this exact ingredient at this exact amount was put through a real trial. That's a fair reason to pay a bit more. Paying for marine or grass-fed is not. Paying for proof is. It's the one place I'll happily tell you to spend a few extra dollars because you're buying evidence, not an adjective and a French word. And the third option is the one no collagen brand will ever tell you. You might not need it at all. Remember, your body builds collagen from amino acids and vitamin C. If you're already eating enough protein across your day and getting your vitamin C, you are giving your body the raw materials constantly for the price of food. Glycine-rich foods that people have eaten forever, things like a slow-cooked broth, do a quiet version of the same job. For plenty of people, especially if your diet is already solid, the most honest move is to skip the tub, eat a bit more protein, and spend the money on something that actually changes your skin, like sunscreen and sleep. And here's the quick check for whether you even need a scoop. If you already hit a decent amount of protein most days and you're not living on beige carbs, your raw materials are covered, and a powder is a small bonus at best. If your diet is genuinely low on protein, fixing that one thing will do far more for your skin and the rest of you than any tub ever could. I'd be a fraud if I sold you a powder and hid that from you. So let's name the real villain, because it was never collagen itself. The villain is a supplement industry that took a real ingredient with modest, genuine evidence and then quietly hollowed it out. It shrank the dose to fit a gummy, buried it in a proprietary blend, slapped it in a cream that can't absorb it, printed vegan collagen on jars that contain no collagen, and charged you luxury prices for marine and grass-fed differences you will never feel. They didn't sell you a lie exactly. They sold you a real thing in a dose too small to matter, which is somehow worse because it feels like science while doing almost nothing. It's the most beautiful version of the oldest trick on this whole channel. Take something with a real kernel of truth, shrink the part that works, inflate the part that sells, and let your own hope do the rest. But you're not guessing anymore. You know it works as a signal, not a brick. You know the dose is the whole game, somewhere around 2.5 to 10 grams or more. You know a cream can't get it in, and a gummy can't hold enough, and vegan collagen isn't collagen. And you know the 11-second test, one number in grams on the back. So tell me in the comments, go pull whatever collagen you own or the one you've been about to buy and read me the actual grams of collagen per serving. Was it a real dose or was it a sprinkle in a story? I read these and I have a feeling a lot of you are about to be quietly furious at your gummies. And next time, we're walking into the most emotional, most overpriced aisle in all of beauty, the fragrance counter, where a bottle can cost $200 and the one beside it that smells nearly identical costs $20. We're going to test whether anyone can actually tell the difference and how the dupe game really works. I'll see you there.